Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Manshed. Okay, as I've been starting the last few videos, I'll show you my shirt first, for those interested. Another aviation themed one, probably my favourite warbird of World War II, the Vought F4U Corsair. Absolutely love that plane, so again, nothing to do with this review, but there you go. I'll always show you my shirt first. Well, what this is it was in Lidl's last week, and I bought two LED light sets. I'll have probably posted them already. I don't know whether I'll do this one first or then, but if you haven't seen them already, they will be coming up soon. But what it is, it's this. It's a ultrasonic aromatherapy diffuser. Now, I've got one of these already. It's been repaired a couple of times. Excuse that if you heard it. It's one of them random noise generator things that I'm going to play a trick on a friend tonight with. Back to the review. This is the item. Right, I'm just squeezing this bit in amidst the review to tell you that this sort of air freshener, diffuser, whatever you want to call it, is my second favourite type. So there is something I prefer more than this, which I use. It's at the back of the shed in use now. It will all be revealed at the end. So as always, if you want to skip any unwanted bits, use the timeline below. I'll put the annotated timeline showing what's in which bit, and you can just skip whatever you want right to the very end. It's a lot shorter than my usual videos, this, because it's quite a simple thing to explain. But like I say, this is actually my second favourite sort of diffuser. I've tried them all, this, that, and my favourite one, which is in use at the back, and I will reveal what that is at the very, very end and give me reasons of this video. So let's get back to the review. There's the unit itself. There's the power supply, and it's 2 meters long, the power supply, and it's a barrel type plug at this end that plugs in the machine, and it plugs in underneath there, and there's like a gap for the wire to go through there so it can sit flat down on the table. And the wire is 2 meters long, and that's the details on the plug. And nice and big on the side of the plug, unlike the other one that I'll be showing you, which is the usual right little tiny sort of right in there. But as you can see, it is 24 volts, half an amp output, so 12 watts. Watts equals volts times amps. 24 times a half, 12 watts. That's power supply. The unit itself, you get a little jug to fill it with water. You get the instruction book, and as usual, it's quite a well-written book. There's none of the funny Chinese translation stuff you get in a lot of instruction books. And finally, you get a little, I don't know what's done with it. There it is. A little jar of lavender scented oil. I'll show you the instruction book at first. As always, with all Silvercrest stuff, it gives an exploded diagram there of the machine, and you can sort of fold it out so you can reference the rest of the book while referring to the actual diagram above. But there's no need to, really. As usual, it's all full of weird safety, things you certainly wouldn't do in real life, like using it underwater and things like that. It's the usual safety guff that they've got to put in by law, but that is it. Now, the way these work, if you're not aware, are they're ultrasonic. Now, it looks like steam coming out the top, and they say steam in a lot of the online adverts and the instruction book. But the way it works is that little tiny disc there in the bottom vibrates ultrasonically, so hundreds of thousands of times per second. And it's that breaks up the water with your essential oils inside it, breaks it down into a mist, a cold mist. And there's a fan underneath that blows that mist out. So there's no heating element at all. There's no heater in there to get hot. So that's why they're pretty safe. They're a heck of a lot safer than a candle to leave unattended, because there's no heating element. And that's basically the way they work. Also, let's have a quick look now on Amazon, because I've looked at a few on Amazon. It was $14.99 from Lidl's. Not a particularly cheap Lidl's price. You can get them for $14.99. You can get them with a remote control for £1 less, as I'll show you now. So yeah, if you look here at this one, similar thing. It looks absolutely identical. It'll be made in the same factory. That's £1 more, $15.99. This one, $17.85, but you get a load of essential oils with it. That one, it's $13.72. That's the cheapest one there. Slightly different shape, but it's got a remote control with it. So, you know, for £1 less, you can get one that's remote controlled as well, as is that one, $13.79 with a remote control. So there are ones for the same price, if not even cheaper. But as with nearly everything electrical from Lidl's, you get a 3-year warranty. And I do mention it in all of my videos that if you haven't come across Lidl's 3-year warranty, it is really, really good. They stand right by it. Put that on the floor. They stand right by it. I've had a drill replaced that was 2 years, 10 months old. If you click up here, there's a full report on that. So it is a genuine 3-year warranty. If it breaks down within 1 year, you can take it back to the store, swap it for another if they're in stock. If not, they'll give you your money back. Between the 1 year and the 3 years, you've got to go through the service department. But it's in here in the book, and there is a proper Great Britain, Ireland and Cyprus email and phone number. And like I say, in my experience, they've been really, really good. So bear that in mind. If you are buying one from Amazon, you'll probably ought to get your 1 year warranty, and it's a bit more awkward to return than taking it back to your local Lidl's. So again, the way they work is they vibrate that tiny disc at the bottom, and that vaporizes the water into a mist. So you fill it with water, and it tells you to fill it up to a maximum of 300 mils. That's the maximum fill line there, that ridge. Then you drop a couple of drops of essential oil. Depending on the quality of the essential oil, you might need 3 or 4 drops or whatever. But I usually drop them in and sort of swirl it around with my finger. And that's it. It's got buttons on the side. I'll show you in action in a minute on an overhead shot, but you can see. So there, you've got your on-off button in the middle there. You've got your timer button there. And you can set it to turn itself off after 1 hour, 3 hours, or 6 hours, or stay on all the time. And then this side, you've got your little light button. Now they have all of these. I'm aware of that I've seen before. Has got, including this, has got a safety cutout. It will not come on unless there is water in it. So as soon as it's used all the water up, it will shut itself off. As you can see now, you can't see, but I've got it plugged in here on my desktop. It's plugged in underneath. But when I'm pressing these buttons, nothing is happening. I mean, you wouldn't see anything happening anyway, but you can't get the lights on even if I'm pressing. The LED lights aren't even coming on. You've got to have some water in it. So I'm going to put it in now, put some water in. Now, I use, like I say, you can use this little thing they give you. I'll pour some in there. And it's got a scale on the side of millilitres. Now, not that you need it, you just put it in up to the ridge there that I showed you. So if you pour that in now, enough to cover that bottom disc, and there's plenty in there now. Then you put the top on like that, and the cover. And as I'll show you in a minute, it's weird, it won't work without that cover on. The way the fan blows air round and sucks it up here, it does need this outer cover on. And now when we turn it on, you can see the mist coming out the top of it now, and the lights are working. So I'll turn these lights out just to show you how it looks in the dark. So that is it, lit up. You can have these lights on or off, and what happens is when you turn it on, it cycles through the colours. As you can see, it's going orange. No, hang on, it tells me like each time I press it, it changes colour. So we've got purple, a lesser purple, white, different sort of shades of white, red. That looks orange, but it's red. That is orange now, and going on to green. If I push it in and hold it 2 seconds, the light goes out. When you first put it on, it cycles through them colours. So just one click and you'll see that will now cycle through different shades of red. Like I said, this is a bright red. It's not orange as it looks on there. It's the way the camera's picking it up in this light. That is now like a peachy sort of orange colour. I'll just let it cycle through to show you. Now it's gone on to green. That's a really rich green. As soon as if you want to leave it, you can leave it on cycling like that and it'll go around them. But if you want to stick with one particular colour, you press it again and it will just stay on that colour permanently. Press it again and, press it and hold for 2 seconds. It goes off. So to recap, from off, press it once, it comes on and cycles through the colours. If you just press it repeatedly, you can cycle through manually, and then it'll just stay at the colour you select. Press for 2 seconds and release, and it's off. The one in the middle is the actual mist coming out the top. Again, if you turn it on, I don't know whether you'll hear it. I'll hold it over the mic. You might just hear the fan. So it's off now. If I turn it on, it's a very, very quiet fan, so it might not pick it up. And being a dark room, you can't really see the mist much. And then if you press this one here, if you look, that is now at 1 hour. There's a little blue LED above 1. Press it again, there's 1 above 3. Press it again, there's 1 above 6. So that will turn itself off after 1 or 3 or 6 hours. If you turn it off altogether, the timer, it's on all the time until it runs down, and it goes for hours and hours. It'll go over the 6 hours on that amount of water, but as soon as it goes dry, following day or the day after or whatever, it will shut off totally. So that's that. I'll just put it next to my existing one now, and I'll turn the lights on. So this is it next to me, one I've had for quite a few years. It's an Anjou make, but like I say, very, very similar. 24 volts, the same, barrel plug underneath. I can't turn it fully upside down because it's got water in it. As you see on this one, it's just got 2 buttons. You can do 1 hour, 3 hour, or 6 hours, but it's all through the one button, and you've got your light button as well. It's the same. On this one as well, there's 2 sort of powers of mist, 2 speeds for the fan. On the one I'm reviewing from Lidl's, it's just got the single speed. If we turn them both on, again overhead, it's not easy to see the mist. So we've got the existing one here. It is a bit finicky at the moment. Sometimes the fan sticks. You've got to manually start the fan. It's on its last legs, this one. Hence me getting this. But again, it's hard to show you the steam from overhead. See, I'm saying steam myself now, and it isn't steam, it is mist. It's a cold mist. So that's that. I shall take the covers off now. Okay, so one other difference on the little one is this little one has got 6 LEDs. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6 LEDs, you can see. They're showing like purple on this camera and a green thing, but they are green. They're lighting up green to the naked eye, and they're lighting up the thing around it green. And on this one, you can see there's just 3 LEDs, and they're not sort of even in the middle. Again, on the little one, the generator, and as you can see, I've got it going, the little one. You can't have the lights on without the actual disc vibrating on the little one. On the other one, you can just put the lights on, so you could just have it as a light if you wanted. And that's one difference. You never really would, I suppose, but I used it without the lights. But you can tell the lights on the little one are much, much brighter. I'll put the lids on. On the little one, you've got that bit, which goes over it. And like I say, if you have a look now, you can't see any mist coming out. You'd think with that on, wouldn't you, the pump going, the fan running, and that on it, that it would come out. But it doesn't until we put the main lid on, because the fan must blow around this sort of lip here. As soon as we put that on, the mist comes out. On this one, it's a slightly different design. We've got that funnel thing inside. So I'll put them both on. I'll turn the lights out, and you'll see the difference in brightness. So, little one, my existing one, and that is pretty lifelike how they look. This does look a lot paler green, and as I go through it, there's a more richer green there. Where are we? Very similar, but this one is definitely brighter. Again, the camera, it's very hard to get cameras to make it look like it does in real life. I'm looking directly down on it now. I cannot see that ring of that. And again, as I move my hand in front of the camera, you can see it compensating. But it's a rich, beautiful, rich blue, that one. As is this one as well, very similar, but not quite as rich colours. Right, so basically that is it. You're just getting 4 items in the box, a good instruction manual, a 3-year warranty. Fill it with water, drip your essential oil of your choice in. You do get the lavender. Like I say, 2 or 3 drops of that in the whole thing will go for hours and hours and hours. They are a very, very cheap way of fragrance in a room. Now, at the very beginning of this video, and for me it's been a very short video, I did say I would tell you what my favourite sort of air freshener is, and as I mentioned, these are my second favourite. I've tried all sorts, you name it, make of air freshener, whatever, I've tried it. Obviously aerosols, great for a few seconds, that's it. Them ones that are just like a plastic container with like a gel inside, a wibbly wobbly jelly sort of like thing, supposed to last up to a month. They smell okay when you walk in the room for a couple of days, and then when they start drying up, they're useless. Reed diffusers, again, a vague smell when you're near it and not great. These things, plug fresheners. I've tried all sorts. I've gone through all the YouTube videos on making your own fluid out of various oils, sunflower oil and mixture of oil and water and essential oils and stuff like that. I've tried them. They never seem to work right. You think it's, you plug them in, you think, oh, it's great. But when you're on top of it, right over it, you can smell it. It doesn't freshen the whole room. But these are pretty good. Like I say, that's it going now. You can see it churning out a fair amount of mist, and I've no fragrance in here at the moment because I'm only doing the demo, but I should put some in. But like I say, that's my second favourite. My absolute favourite form of air freshener, and again, I googled this before I did this video. It seems a 50-50 split. Some people are saying it's this ultrasonic type diffuser is their favourites. Some are agreeing with me, and it's here at the back of the shed. I can't show you the heated base plate because it's plugged in right behind all that lot. But that's it. It's hot wax melts. So you put that on top. You can put it on top of like a tea light. They make containers with a tea light. But I don't like having a naked flame in here, even when I'm in here. So I'll just put this back. But for that sort, it's just a heated base plate that doesn't get that hot. It's too hot to keep your hand on, but you're not going to burn yourself if you just touch it. But it's hot enough just to melt that wax, and it doesn't seem to evaporate. Well, it takes weeks, months to evaporate. The smell dissipates after a while, so you just end up with some like hot wax. But I'm going to have a go at making some candles. You can use that hot wax to pour in a glass with a wick that you can get from Amazon and that, and add some drops of essential oil, and you basically then got a candle. And these are what you drop in it. These and the smell is even under in the plastic, is really strong. And you just drop a few squares of that in it. That's called Angel. I've got one called J'adore. There's baby powder. There's what was the other one? And Snow Fairy. That was the red one. That's what's in it at the moment. And they smell fantastic. And they smell for ages compared to the other ones I've tried. This diffuser, like I said, that's probably the longest sort of lived because you only need a couple of drops and water to keep topping it up. So that's the cheapest to run. It'll run for hours. The smell does dissipate, but I've had this one in now for about a week and I can still smell it when I walk in the room. So I really, really like that. So that's, out of all them, is what I personally would recommend. Like I say, a lot said the disadvantage with that is that the synthetic flavours. These can be natural oils and all that. Not really bothered about that. I just want something that smells nice. And one extra thing to consider is that the subject of this review, the mist type one, does release water vapour into the air, so you are increasing the humidity of the room. And in the shed here, that's not a great idea because that's where I store all my 3D printing filaments to use on the 3D printer behind me. Out of shot, I've got like the whole top surface of my worktop. In fact, I'll put a picture on above here now of what it looks like at the moment. 49 different filaments I've got, and you want to keep them as dry as possible. If they get moist, they go very brittle. You can dry them out in a filament dryer, but that's another story. So I want to keep this room as dry as possible so you don't get the water vapour produced with the hot wax melts as you do on the misting type devices. But like I say, I would definitely recommend this sort. So try this and try a hot wax melt, see if you agree with me. But that's the one from Lidl's, 15 quid, 3-year warranty with a bottle of lavender oil. So hope this has just explained a bit how they work, compared the other types at the end and showing you the vague differences. Whatever it is, whatever make you get, they're all basically the same sort of thing, with a remote, without a remote, whatever, different colours, they all do the same job. Thanks for sticking to the very, very end. If you haven't already subscribed, it would be fantastic if you do so. Click the little picture here of the shed, then the bell icon below, and you'll be informed of any new uploads. Give us a thumbs up if possible, and I shall see you for the next review in another new shirt very, very soon. See you soon.